Bill O'Reilly here. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Coming up next, the news with Mike Slater.
Thank you, Bill. It is Tuesday, March 7th, 2023. Here's what's happening today in America. Americans taken hostage in Mexico. China talking tough against America. Americans want Biden to talk tough on China. And AOC taking quite a long time to pay her Met Gala bills. It's all coming up. Then Bill will be here with the message of the day. But first, 4 U.S. citizens assaulted and kidnapped in Mexico on Friday. This is in the state of Mexico that borders the southernmost part of Texas. Fired upon by gunmen, then placed in a vehicle taken from the scene by the armed men. The Americans were driving with a vehicle with North Carolina license plates. The FBI is offering $50,000 reward for their return. Reports now saying that this was a case of mistaken identity, that the cartel meant to kidnap someone else. This area of Mexico is under a level 4 do not travel advisory from the U.S. State Department. That's the highest level. Level 4 countries are Sudan, Syria, Yemen, Afghanistan, Ukraine, and Somalia, and North Korea, and parts of Mexico. Amazing. 57% of Americans say that the government should be more aggressive in talking and leading a global coalition to contain China. 17% of voters say that the Biden administration should continue to do exactly what they're doing in response to tensions in China. And 8% say that we should be de-escalating with China, quote, in order to appease them. 76% of Republicans and 40% of Democrats say Joe Biden should take a more aggressive stance against China. Meanwhile, President Xi in China said, quote, Western countries led by the United States have implemented all-around containment, encirclement, and suppression against us, bringing unprecedentedly severe challenges to our country's development. Wow. The president of China does not often mention the United States by name in his public remarks. What is he planning? Regarding China, it's worth noting that the chemicals that are used to make fentanyl, they come from China. Not just from China, they come from Wuhan, China, are sent to Mexico, put together in pills by the cartel, and then come across our southern border. COVID, of course, also came from Wuhan, the Wuhan Institute of Virology. And a CNN insider claims that the former president of CNN, Jeff Zucker, ordered staffers to forego investigating the COVID lab leak origin theory because that would only serve as, quote, a Trump talking point. Remember back in 2021, AOC wore that tax the rich dress to the Met Gala? Apparently, she didn't pay the $344 bill for makeup, the $477 bill for hair, and the $586 bill for transportation for 8 months. Tax the rich, she says. Of course, you could start with paying your bills. I'm Mike Slater. Bill O'Reilly will be here with the message of the day next.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-925-7584 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-925-7584. That's 800-925-7584. What do you have to lose? Call 800-925-7584. Again, 800-925-7584.
Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. On this Tuesday, Saul Alinsky is the Che Guevara of the USA. Before he died in 1972, Alinsky provided battle plans to the far left in the form of written rules for radicals. It is said Hillary Clinton wrote a paper about that, but I have not been able to confirm it. Now, Saul laid out 11 strategies to destroy political opposition to the left. Rule number 5 is this: ridicule is man's most potent weapon. It is hard to counterattack ridicule, and it infuriates the opposition, which then reacts to your advantage. As one who has been on the receiving end of Alinsky's war machine for more than 25 years, I well understand the ridicule factor, so to speak, and it's never been used more than it is today. Fox News, the latest example of nonstop ridicule thanks to the Dominion voting machine lawsuit. Story's weeks old, yet every day the corporate media finds another way to highlight that story, and it will never end. Sometimes the press simply regurgitates the Dominion story with no new information. USA, a liberal enterprise, did that a few days ago, just in case somebody missed the first 3,000 reports. At this point, there's little FNC can do but hope it wins in court. However, Alinsky would be disappointed if he were still around. The network will keep its core audience of older conservative viewers. They will stand by their men and women, having nowhere else to go. Better Call Saul, bad news for the dearly departed. Worse news for the leftist media. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. You can reach me, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, name and town if you wish to opine. All right, let's go to the mail. We'll go up to Saipan in the Pacific. You know where Saipan is? It's in the Western Pacific, big World War II battle there. So Barry Wixman lives there and watches the No Spin News. He says, Bill, do you sense people are finally waking up to the lies and incompetence of the Biden administration? 40% of Americans support Biden. So the majority don't. So waking up, I don't know, I think the 40%, maybe there's a few of them that are just dense, but most of them are stalwart Democrats. Robert Everett, Howard, Pennsylvania. Just saw your interview with Bensman. Can't believe you haven't figured it out, O'Reilly. The reason the Democratic administration is letting in millions of migrants is because they're going to get all their votes. Well, Robert, with all due respect, I have reported that many, many times. It's called the replacement theory. Okay? You bring in foreign nationals to replace the votes of Americans who were born here. But it doesn't stack if you look at the Hispanic American vote. So that's going more and more for Republicans. Though Hispanics are different ideologically, every way, than some of the other Democratic voting blocs. It's more about tilting and weakening the current white supremacy structure. This is how the Democratic Party looks at it. Now, Biden's the poster boy for white supremacy structure, and this is why it's so crazy. But now Biden thinks that he's a reformer. In a moment, something you might not know.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-372-2017. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-372-2017. 800-372-2017. 800-372-2017.
Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. On this day in the year 322 BC, the greatest philosopher in human history died in exile after complaining of stomach pain. His teachings would forever change Western civilization. Here is the story of Aristotle. He was born in 384 BC, northern Greece. Both of his parents were doctors. His father served as a court physician to the king of Macedonia. At age 17, Aristotle was sent to Athens to enroll in Plato's academy. He spent 30 years there as a student and teacher. Plato nicknamed his young pupil the Mind because of his incessant questions. In 342, Aristotle was summoned back to Macedonia to tutor the king's son, the future Alexander the Great. Throughout his life, the philosopher wrote more than 200 works discussing physics, medicine, politics, geography, math, and language. 20 complete lectures by Aristotle remain in existence. After the death of Alexander in 323 BC, anti-Macedonian sentiment forced Aristotle to flee Athens, where he feared he would be assassinated. He died a little north of the city 1 year later, most likely from food poisoning. He was buried next to his wife, who had died years earlier. And here's something else you might not know. While Aristotle's works remain influential to this day, he was widely panned in European history. His popularity waned during the Renaissance and Reformation, as religious and scientific reformers questioned Aristotle's principles. Thinkers like Galileo and Copernicus disapproved of his geocentric model of the solar system, while doctors dismantled many of his biological theories. Regardless, Aristotle's work remains a significant starting point for any argument in the fields of logic, aesthetics, political theory, and ethics. He was a titan. Aristotle died in 322 today. Right back. There's a growing sense of uncertainty in America these days. We all know it. Food prices are up, grocery stores fill with low-quality foods. Wouldn't it be nice to grow your own healthy food? Ark Seed Kits is a family-owned business providing heirloom seeds for more than 15 years. Heirloom seeds can be harvested and regrown year after year, giving you and your family the stability and security you deserve. Ark Seeds all-in-one seed kit has more than 65 varieties and over 50,000 seeds to help you grow nutrient and calorie-dense vegetables and fruits. You'll also get an Ark Seed Guide with everything you'll need to grow and harvest the varieties in the kit. For a limited time, Ark is offering a discount of $300 with the Prepper Kit Special. This includes 5 all-in-one kits for the price of 4. Please go to ArkSeedsKits.com today. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.